Hey everybody, what's going on? How are you? It's your boy Pacho from the Field Dub. How's everybody doing? I hope that everybody's almost enjoying this awesome Thursday night or evening for those of you on the East Coast, and afternoon for those of you on the drive home on the West Coast. But it's baby Friday night's Eve, but goddamn, it's almost the weekend. Can I get an amen on that one, everybody? Hell yeah! So yeah, let's get all the pleasantries brought out of the way. So if you're, I'm right now traveling, as you can see probably on my background. This is not the usual setting that I'm in, and hopefully I'm able to this week work out some of the bugs from from last week. But nonetheless, hey, this show is brought to you by so a really great company who basically wants to help people get out of financial debt, learn about saving, learning about money, learning how money works, and basically giving people the opportunity and education to not only save for their future, but also get out of debt and as well as and invest wisely. So if you're curious a little bit about what I'm talking about, it's all right there on the show description. Go on the show bio, and at the end of the day, look, it's no commitment, no pressure, no bullshit. At the end, you'll find out what to do with your thrift savings plan if you're getting ready to retire out of the military, or what to do and how to save for if you just have a life-changing event like you just had kids. So check it out. I mean, at the end of the day, it's again, it's just good information. So the folks at Primerica will be more than glad to take care of you. Also, the show is brought to you by the VA. So when was the last time that you checked out where you're at on your veterans claims? Are you staying on top of them? va.gov is a great portal. It's gotten so much better over the last couple of years that they'll be able to, you could go in there and talk not only with your medical providers, but also check the status of your claim, submit a claim, resubmit, all that good stuff. It's all consolidated in one-stop shop, and it's a pretty good resource tool as well. So if you need help or you got questions how to make that happen, then by all means, you can hit us up right here at the show, and we'll be more than glad to take care of you. Okay? So I just want to tell you, give a quick shout out to all my faithful fans. My buddy Dan Stevenson up in PI in the Philippines. Angel Figueroa is doing her thing too. So hey, thanks for the love and support. I'd also like to give a big shout out to Mama back home, Motomi Aistamas Daisuki. I'm right here making it happen per usual. So today, and one last thing before I go. Hey, this show is all about freedom of speech, freedom of the right to bear arms. So, and then support this great nation of ours. It's not, it never said it was perfect. However, it was one of the best places in the world. And something that resonated with me today was that I was reading. People from all over the world are coming here. They come here, and they come in. And they come in to talk how good it was back home. So think about that for a second. Then the next time, you want, ask yourself why your parents came over here. Ask yourself why you came here as an immigrant, such as myself. What was the reason that you came here? Because the opportunities that you get and the freedoms, you're not going to get it anywhere else. I served and protected this Constitution, this great nation of ours. I never forget where I came from in Latin America. However, we all need to support and unite ourselves back again. So if you like what you hear, like, subscribe, and follow, everybody. Make sure you also go on our YouTube channel and check us out in Spotify and all the other shows that we have. So with that being said, let's get a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about my post in regards to why is it that I want to talk a little bit about leadership. So it's let's tie it to what we just talked about, being immigrants. We all want to change. We were all looking, humans want to be humans. We like to be inspired. We like to be riled up. We like to be led and not managed. And we can sit here and dissect. There's been great leaders. There's been great orators, great speeches, and all that good stuff. From a historical standpoint. Don't get me wrong. There's also been great orators and speakers that have rounded up the troops and their countries and whatever for not good reasons either. However, if we were just calling they were great speakers that they united people, then from that standpoint you got to give credit where credit is due. So after talking to Craig Koezenieski, so shout out to the chief, Craig, Colonel K, for coming on the show a couple of weeks ago. It got me thinking. I was like, man, when was the last time because Craig was an outstanding leader. That man, when I say he led from the freaking front, I mean there was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I mean, despite whatever whatever he had going on, Craig was, if we were hiking all over fucking Fuji and tearing up our feet, I mean, Craig was right there, leading the point. Also for General Steve Lazuski, so shout out to General Lazuski as well, because I wouldn't be here today had that man not also, given me a blank check to get better when I was going through some mental things. But, it got me thinking after talking to Craig. I was like, man, when was the last time, I served or worked for an outstanding leader? Or somebody that, someone in their civilian counterpart, and I'm not trying to draw the sand, or I guess you could say that I am drawing the line on that sand. However, think about it. When was the last time that, you worked for somebody in your civilian counterparts that somewhat, mustered or could even be described like, man, this person's that shit. I love, I would have loved to have been led by this individual. And it's been a while for me. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I work with and at my site there is a good individual. He was in the Marine Corps, good dude, and then my other fellow veterans. I mean, and you could just pick them out. I mean, just the quality of individuals, how we, we talk to one another and how we greet one another and how just we set ourselves apart. And again, good, bad, or indifferent. There's different types of leadership, especially in the private sector. Don't get me wrong. It's just that there's just been few that I could really say, you know what? Yep, this person, individual, stood out. And I'm here on because some of the things that I wanted to talk about is, let's talk about and by the way, I just want to say this today because I am traveling, and I am as a matter of fact, I'm getting ready to go another round. I'm at a convention right now, learning some really cool stuff about finances and investing and all that good stuff. But I wanted to talk about, and now there I've seen some, you can tell who's served and who hasn't, but how people conduct themselves. Those of us who were in the green machine in the Marine Corps, and maybe my fellow Army counterparts. I know Angel, you are my SME since you're a faithful listener. But tell me if you guys also preach when you went through non-commissioned officer school, NCO school. If you guys, we preach, there was an acronym, it's called JJ did tie buckle. And what it stood for is, the 15 leadership traits were justice, judgment, dependability, initiative, decisiveness, tact, integrity, enthusiasm, bearing, unselfishness, courage, knowledge, loyalty, and endurance. All those things, even to this day, I have held myself accountable, in those ways, having the justice to basically, hey, do the right thing even when nobody's watching, taking, take all the information in and make a good judge sound decision, because, good, bad, or indifferent, at least you made a decision and, you stuck with it. And be dependable. Am I making it on time? Could I be accounted for to finish the mission or accomplish the task? Have the initiative to help your teammates or do something for your community, and be decisive. Again, going back to what I said earlier, make a decision, good or bad. I mean, at least stick with it, because those are the burdens that us as leaders have to carry. Be tactful, even when you're dealing with difficult people. I mean, choose the right road, choose the higher road, and don't let yourself fall to that person's, down to their level. Have the integrity to do the right thing each and every time, and do it with enthusiasm. Somebody said a long time ago, and I forgot who. I think it was one of my staff NCOs. They would say, "Hey, sir, if you're gonna suck, you gotta suck with enthusiasm." In other words, hey, if you're gonna do something bad, you might as well go all out. Or if you can barely, if you can barely do something, at least do it to the best of your capabilities. So we, at least people will say, man, hey, he didn't make the mark, but guess what? He gave it all, all his effort. Have the bearing to do the right thing each and every time, and the unselfishness to put your teammates before yourself. Don't be, the attention grabber, or the one that says, hey, oh, look what my team did. It's not your team. It's look what our team did. Look what look what we're doing. Look what we're making it. It's we. It's not it's not yours. No, I don't own you. I don't own that team. Being the right type of leader, and having the courage to admit when you're fucking wrong each and every time. Say, hey, you know what? I don't know this. Let me go talk to somebody. One of the folks in our team, they know this shit. Let me consult with them and see what they say, or let me have them come and talk to you. Because hey, we hire, us as leaders. Even when I was an officer, I don't know everything. I don't know shit about shit, as we used to say in the motor pool. So hey, let me go get my stash. My stash. I don't know my gunny. Now, hey, that person knows. They know a little bit more about that shit. So let me get. That's why you hire people that know more than you to get the fucking job done. And having the knowledge. Not knowledge also, because I know a lot of people that have the knowledge and certifications and everything. It's like, one of the memes I've seen on social media is like, hey, I know a lot of people with a driver license, but they can't drive for shit, right? So, all I'm saying is that, you gotta have the knowledge, and also, or not the knowledge to say, hey, let me just consult with somebody else, or be able to point people in the right direction, or make the connection of the right thoughts, and be that leader to seek out the information and give it to those who work, who you serve, because they don't work for you. You serve them, and you get and you're their buffer point, so that way they can execute, or sometimes you just get the fuck out of the way so they can do the shit right. And be loyal to your team, be loyal to your cause, be loyal to your organization, but mainly to your team, because those are the people that are gonna, basically, one, keep you out of trouble, and two, go to bat for you when shit goes sideways. So you want to build unit cohesiveness and be that, build that esprit de corps that the team is gonna get shit done, and having the endurance to go the extra mile. Go all the way. Again, even when times are shitty, don't be the guy that, hey, I'm just gonna put the blame on so and so. I mean, don't be that type of leader. So all those things that we learn in the Marine Corps is, under those 15 leadership traits, as JJ did, tie buckle. You want, I've always held myself accountable. I know, one of my fellow counterparts right here, Rob Carlucci. He's in the house, and shout out to him, because we went to Wobuck together, and I mean we used to call it like him more than I mean this dude right there. I mean he would call it like you see it, and those are the individuals that you want to surround yourself. Don't surround yourself with fucking yes people or yes men. I mean if that's the case, then why even hire people and just be the one that try to be the one, all the glory, be the glory hound, But you want to surround you people that will be straight up. And not be, kind of like the emperor is wearing new clothes, where, hey, we made you an invisible suit. And everybody's like, hey, that motherfucker is naked. He said, well, don't tell him, hey, good suit, everybody. Good suit, sir. No, you want people that can tell you, hey, let me tell you something, sir. Let me put you aside. And at least you do it behind closed doors, whether you agree or disagree, get that input, because at the end of the day, we want a leader that, and we refer to them as leaders, as in the leadership and tactics and techniques book, page 40 on chapter 49, it says most people use term manager for those leaders in leadership roles. In the trust-based leadership model, we refer to leaders as leaders and acknowledge that they have various management responsibilities. However, you lead people and you manage things. Don't ever fucking forget that, okay? These things can be what do you manage? Assets, resources, systems, operations, projects, I mean, you name it, equipment. However, effective leaders of people are almost always effective manager of things. But don't get the two confused, everybody. So people are not machines, people are not systems, and they're not projects. They cannot be managed. They have to be led, and people want to be led, and they want to be, also give them ownership of what they have. So think about that for a second. Tell me if you've ever had. Tell me, in the comments after the show. I gotta. As much as I would love to bullshit with you for a couple of more minutes, I do have that event, and in order to be an effective leader, I have to, go over there with my team who's waiting for me. And go finish out the rest of these courses. But let's think about that for a week. For a little bit after the show, I want to give me some examples of some ineffective and some effective leaders, and just a quick story about them and how they made a good impact on you or a shitty impact on you, and how you're not gonna try to be that individual. So with that being said, everybody, hey, thanks so much for your time. Thanks so much for the awesome comments to Angel, Rob Carlucci, Kenny, Scott Gilman, and everybody else watching the show. Hey, thanks so much, everybody. Peace out. Daisuki, Aistamas. Love y'all. Hey, hoorah, simplify. Get some index, baby. Ow!